Let's talk about something important today, something serious, all right? The whole world is going to shit. You know why the whole world is going to shit? I'm going to tell you why. God created this place for all of us, this planet called Earth, all right? He built this for us because we're spirits, you see? And He knows that we are non-stop changing, okay? You got different dimensions, all right? So how do you get to the celestial being that an angel is if all you were was like a little piece of light? Well, you got to grow that spirit, right? How do you grow a spirit? It's not like it has arms and legs, right? No. It don't have a gym that it can go to. It don't have an Anytime Fitness. So how the hell the spirit's supposed to build up? Well, God being perfect, God can create everything because He's the boss. He can do it all. God is God. God's perfect. Don't matter what your mom and dad thinks. It doesn't matter what the church tells you. God is perfect. So He created Earth. Created these bodies for a spirit to be in, so that way this is your gym to get the spirit stronger. For you to go to the next spot, we got to have a strong enough spirit, belief, and faith in God. So He created these flesh suits for us, you see? And then you got moms and dads and jobs and all this stuff that causes anxiety and depression and lack of worth, and you feel like you don't matter. All that's on purpose because it's going to give you amnesia. It's going to make you forget who your real daddy God is. And you're going to trust all these humans that we call mom and dad, that scared us, that whipped the shit out of us, that done all this and that and said that we had to obey. This is where it gets good. You got empaths and you got narcissists. Heaven and hell, good and evil. For us to get the spirit strong, we had to God intentionally put us in a spot to where we would forget who God is. And our only way back is learning where the hell God is, and you're never going to do that when you're worshiping a mom and dad who's abusing their authority. They are using fear, guilt, and shame to lead you to God whenever God said, no, bro, you got to do it with love. You got to do it with confidence. You got to do it with backbone. You got to do it with lack of doubt. And you got to always know that you matter, and so does everyone else. We all matter equally. Nobody is above the other. All right? Matthew 23:9, call no man on earth living father. Why would that be in the Bible? Because God says, I'm going to go ahead and for every broken child, I'm going to bless you when you get married and you have a baby. I'm going to give you a perfect child. Why I'm going to give you a perfect child? Because I know you was broken growing up when mom and dad would whip the shit out of you and fuss you. And I don't want you to think I wasn't paying attention. I'm God. It's not like I can come down and whip your mom and dad's ass every time they done you wrong. You never gave up. You had faith. So I gave it. We're going to bless you with a perfect baby, a baby that only knows love, because that's all a baby knows until the mom and dad opens them out. The mom and dad opens them out to that baby. That is now God of that baby. Well, now that's some deep shit, huh? Now that you look at it like that. So God said, I'm sorry you had to suffer from that rough childhood that you had as a kid. Here's the rules on how you're going to treat that child. Treat it the exact opposite your mom and dad treated you. That's all you got to do. Your mom and dad scared you to listen. You don't scare the child to listen. The parent, your mom and dad made you scared of them and not know where God is. You make that child never be scared, and you go, y'all find God together. That way y'all never make the same mistakes twice. Y'all love each other so much, and especially being a parent who's blessed with a perfect kid like that, God wanted you to not run from all the embarrassment, all the shame that you now 70 years old hide it. And you can't tell your kids you're sorry because you thought you was the law of the land. You were so desperate to rule another body because you remembered all the evil shit from being a child, then the shit that was lovable at God. So God gave you a baby when you was broken, and God don't know that you know how to lie. God only knows feelings. So you intentionally decide to have a child that's supposed to be a lesson, and you take every resentment that you have inside of you and you use it against that child because you're jealous, because you don't know how to love. You don't know what love is. Instead of asking God like a man to teach you, you rather live in shame. You rather live in that cesspool you created that you desperately have everybody believe. You desperately need people to think you do no wrong. And you blame the child behind closed doors. That is chicken shit. That's why the world has gone to crap. That's why you got people that are 50, 60, 70, 80 years old dying miserable. Because they never fucking faced God and said, hey, I'm sorry I worship a mean mom and dad more than you. I'm an idiot. You was the creator of all, and my mom scared the shit out of me from knowing the truth. And that's the facts. It just so happened I'm 45 years old, and I had to learn the hard way, and my process is going a lot faster than y'all's for a reason. Because it's going to happen to everyone. Everyone. God dropped us off into the man's nutsack. Went from that to the sperm. That's one fucking life that he lived. Then went to the pussy. You had 3 or 4 different lives that you lived and you don't even realize it before you came out the vagina as a human. Yeah. Start from the smallest thing ever that God can create, and you grow, and then it destroys, and you grow into something bigger and better than what's imaginable. What do you think a sperm's saying inside of the pussy before it comes out? Ball, mom, because that's the name that they only hear. I wonder if they got life outside of mom. I wonder if they got this and that. And then poof, look at we now. It's a whole new world, it's a whole other creation. We are constantly creating ourselves over and over. And as long as you keep believing mom and dad, you're never going to know the real truth that God's put us all here to be. Creators. Liz, you are forging. If you are not forging it yourself, you are harboring the crooks, which is your husband, your daughter, and your sister-in-law. It's much easier for you to pray to God, hope for the God in the sky to make it all go away, because that's what you learned in religion through your mama. God's in the clouds. You do so many things, and poof, you're going to be, it's like you plea bargaining your way to heaven. No, you dumb fucking retard, Forrest Gump, half radio motherfucker. Gotta look within, and we make heaven on earth. How you make heaven on earth? You realize you was taught wrong by your mom and dad, and you only learned there's one mom and dad, and that is God. You suck it up. You accept the pain and the humiliation, and you go forward. Then you start fresh. All them evil motherfuckers, mom and dad, now if they could accept it just like you did, they are now new people. From this point on, you got people in your life who made you feel loved, not feel worthless. And if they don't want to change to make you happy, you cut them the fuck off. God's going to handle them. Because this is the second coming of Christ. We all are part of it. We are all gods. You ain't going to believe that whenever you keep thinking mom and dad can't do no wrong and you can't tell them nothing about it because you're a pussy. Get the fuck on.